Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final qualifying match of the broadcast. Again, we just wrapped up with Björn versus Percival and with Shin versus Cham. Shin and Björn have both made it through into the main event. Meanwhile, Cham and Percival have one more chance, have one more shot, one more opportunity to make it through into the Revival StarCraft League Season 4 of 2026. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Terran player, we have the Red Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing ZvT esports. It is Cham. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our best of 3 qualifying match. I should get into that. Before I do, though, a big shout out to Pappy Black. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for Twitch Prime for 10 months. Sorry, for 16 months in a row. Pappy crazy. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. Bienvenidos. Gracias. But originally this is going to be a best of 5. It was going to be a best of 5, but both Cham and Percival have agreed, because it is so late, especially in the Americas, because it is so late, they agreed for a shorter series. They have agreed, and the admin agreed as well, for a best of 3. Best of 3, not a best of 5. So it's going to be a shorter series here. Shorter series, but still intense nonetheless. Still intense. Let's go. Gas pull. Standard opener out of Cham. Meanwhile, Percival going for a Rax expand as well. Everything's looking normal so far. And welcome to our TVZ. Now, coming into this, Cham is a very chaotic player. We've been casting a lot of Cham versus Special. Juanito and Cham. Shout out to Enki. Enki's been hosting a bunch of show matches between the two of them. So we have experienced a bunch of Chams at ZvT. It's a little bit chaotic. He's very fond of going into Swarm Host at times. Swarm Host heavy play. Roach heavy play. He's very fond of as well. True. Getting to Roaches is the go-to for Cham. We'll get there. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Comecieto, Papi. Thank you so much for subscribing for 11 months with Twitch Prime. Almost a year of support. Thank you, Papi. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. As Cham, again, is typically a Roach heavy player in ZvT. Meanwhile, Percival is a very active player in ZvT. Very active. I would say that Percival at this point is one of the fastest players that we have when it comes to the Terrans. Like, notoriously, Maru's relatively slow. Maru's slow but very efficient when it comes to his moves and when it comes to his choices. Of course, Clem is a beast, Björn as well, but Percival, he's up there. He's up there with Clem, he's up there with Björn. When in regards to speed, multitasking, drop play as well. When he's on form, when he is in point, he's an animal, and we'll see if we can showcase that here and now. But again, usually Percival, he's a very active player in ZvT. Usually very active. At times to a fault, true. That's at times he can be overly aggressive, bleed out too much, lose too much, and then die to a counterattack. We have seen that in the past. For now, though, we have a 3cc 211. So that is a third CC, a third command center before the starport, after the factory, into a second rack. So 3cc 211. This is an economic build, but it leads into an early stim timing. With this stim, combat shields, building of the bio army, it tells me that we're going to be switching out of Hellions, I believe at 4. I believe we make 2, then 4 Hellions, then add-on swap into reactor marine production for a commitment and a focus on bio. So here come the first couple of Hellions. We will soon have that add-on swap. Meanwhile, a big shout to Ducklings, papi. Ducklings. El Padrino, papi. Let's go. Vámonos, Mexico, papi. Thank you so much for subscribing for 14 months with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Ducklings, of course, an honorary CranKy Duckling. Ducklings, he was a big part of StarCraft for a very long time. Nowadays, has stepped a little bit away, but clearly the passion is still there, papi. True. Give us Ducklings ladder stream. Oh, no. But always great to see you, Pappy. Always great to see you. Near and dear friend, Pappy. Ducklings. I'm hoping that you true. We didn't get it. We haven't spoken in a while. Hope you didn't delve too far into the MTG Final Fantasy release. Did you see? That was what, like a couple months ago at this point. That was all the craze. Hope your wallet is safe. I know a lot of people that committed quite hard into collecting all the Final Fantasy cards. I'm looking at Milk, a fellow CranKy Duckling. Milk. As we get into this, a big shout out to, oh my god, a big shout out to Complete Noob in the chat as well for gifting some subs to the community. Oh my god, gifting one sub to the community as well. Thank you so much, do appreciate it. Likewise, Dad King doing the same as well, to Smokey and to up below me as well. Thank you for the gift of subs. We appreciate it. From here, though, again, Percival, he's building up his bio, getting ready for the sim timing. Stim is done, combat shields has begun, and we're waiting for the 2 medevacs before moving out across the map. Remember, the downside of this build is only 4 Hellions, right? The Hellion count is very low, so there's very light aggression and very light harassment here. It means that Cham can drone. Cham can drone off that much harder. Cham responds with double Evo Chamber after the Roach Warren. If you remember, we said something at the start of the series. Cham is very fond of Roach heavy play in ZvT. It's his go-to. It's very safe. It's a very safe way to play, opening up roaches, then following it up with Ling Bane after the fact. But here we go. First, where he does push in, he's got his 4 Hellbats, but he's running into roaches, and Cham should be fine. Should be fine here. He does kite back. Queens, they focus on the medevacs. First medevac will fall. Marines, they do start a step forward, and they get on top of the roaches. Yeah, no kiting here at the Cham. He will lose a bunch of roaches, but again, he should be able to hold on. He shuts down all the Hellbats. Hellbats do fall, and Cham holds. Cham holds, Cham defends. Again, as you mentioned, roaches like this, it's just very safe. It's very, very safe. So for Percival to commit, not just with a 2-on-1, but to commit with the armory as well, this was a big commitment out of Percival. Now he's vulnerable to a counterattack. And here he comes. Cham is rallying across the map. He knows that Percival, he's vulnerable. Remember, because of this build that Percival went for, no tanks. There are no defensive tanks because the factory was making add-ons, was making reactors. There are no tanks. The first tank is still on the way. No bunkers, no defensive setup, but Percival is vulnerable, and Cham, he's getting ready. He's gearing up. As he does push in, we have Lings on the right-hand side. Roaches on the left. There is 1 tank here at the natural. And there's 1 tank in position. And that might be enough. That is enough to deter. Does deter Cham. Queens, oh no! The Queens, they catch at the medevac. Oh my god. Does 4C unload. We have more Ravagers morphing in. 4th CC? Wait, what? Oh god. 4th CC's on the way. Percival supply blocks. Now is not the time. Big supply block for Percival. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. Mine shots pop up. They do target fire the Ravagers. Meanwhile, Cham, he has to get on top of that tank. He's got to bile it down. It's only 1 tank. Cham peels off into the right hand side. Cham fighting with only half his army. Does get some damage. Cham pushes forward, and can he pile? Not quite. Yeah, the tank is too far back. Percival, he's holding. He's holding on. And Cham is all in. As you can see here, no drones. No drones at the 4th base. Cham is making nothing but roaches. He's completely all in. 1-1 is about to finish. And Cham is here to end the game. He's here to end it. See, let's push forward. Up. Well, they catch at the observer. Oh, sorry, they catch the Lunar Mine. Starter stepping in. There's 2 tanks on the high ground here, but that should not be enough. Cham should be able to break through. Once again, he just has to get on top of that tank. He's trying. God. There we go. Slowly getting ground. The first tank finally goes down. He gets 1, and he'll get the other. There we go. Both tanks do fall. 0 tanks left. And Cham has done it. So now we can threaten the natural. Biles on the E-base. Will deny 2-2. 2-2 is denied. 1 tank does siege up in time. That's going to be 29 SCV kills. Percival, remember, he got a 4 CC in the middle of all this. He was crazy. Got a 4 CC. But Percival should be punished. He should be punished. Cham, he does start to join. Okay, Cham, he backs off. He backs off. He got +1. He's got +1 on the way, +2 carapace, bailing speed, infestation bit for hive tech. Laying around by at the 4th base, does get the mineral line. Can he kill? Jesus. This had a lot of damage. This shot quite a lot. Third base and fourth base are denied. Percival is still stuck on a 2-base economy. Cham is remaxing. Remaxing. Okay. As he does catch a straight tank. Just the one though. An expensive trade there for Cham. That was expensive. But Cham is fine. Typically, Roach Ravager would be outscaled, but remember, Cham killed both E-base. He killed both E-base, so 2-2 is heavily delayed. Likewise, third and fourth base mining also delayed as well. So Cham still has a very threatening army. Oh, as he does rally into the army here, 4 Ravagers going down. Missed rally out of Cham, but he's still fine. More or less, he should still be fine. Aliens, they force a pickup. Cham defense on the right. And with this hive, in my mind, should be ultras. We should be seeing an ultra cavern from here. Getting into ultra tech. There's a reason why I switched back into +1 melee. Oh god, as the medevac even goes down. And Percival is trying to turtle up, he's trying to recover. He's turtling up back at home. Hive is complete, there's Adrenal, and there is the Ultra Cavern. As I mentioned, going for Roach base openers typically does lead into Link Bane into Ultra Tech. That is the win condition here for Cham, is to get into those Ultras. But I will say right now he's maxed, and he shouldn't really rest on his laurels. He shouldn't stay here with a maxed out army and just not do anything with it. He should be trading. But now it's going to be that much more difficult. Now there's 3 tanks and a planetary. And he tries to commit in. Ooh, does get the first tank. Flies down one of the Liberators. Yeah, he breaks through. He breaks through, takes down most of the tanks. Takes out the Liberator, busts into the mineral line. Ooh, and the planetary goes down. That's what he needs. Kill the planetary, back up. Cham pulls away. Just back up, build back up. Here comes Kindness Plating. Cham, he's almost there. He's almost there. Percival didn't lose 2-2, I could actually see him still being in the game. For sure, for sure. Like, especially with a biocentric army like this, and with Cham staying on the Link Bane Roach Ravager, like, earlier 2-2 and better upgrades could have been a way for Percival to recover, for sure. That's why it was crucial they got shut down. Percival's just stuck at home. And here come the Corruptors, here come the Ultras. Again, Corruptors that built to deal with the Liberators. Cham is all over the follow-up. Just collapsing in the army. Oh god. Failings, they smash in. The Liberators, they stack. And once again, the army is broken. The 4th base is denied. And this time, Cham can keep pushing. And just keep on pushing. GG gets called at Cham. He does take game number 1. He takes the lead in the series. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Cham takes the lead. Winding it back here, why did Cham snowball so hard, out of control so quickly? Remember, Percival, he didn't just go 3cc 2-on-1. He went for a 3cc 2-on-1 Hellbat push. He invested into the army, he committed with his push, he committed with his timing, he was much more committed here when it came to his build than he needed to be, and Cham blindly was opening up roaches, as he normally does. Again, Cham, he is a roach enjoyer. It's very safe. It's very safe to play in open roaches. Cham is very fond of that in ZvT, and because of that, he almost hard countered, basically. He was able to shut down the Hellbat timing, shut down the stim timing, and then immediately counterattack. And we spoke about it. Specifically, that build that Percival was going for did delay tanks, did delay factory production, so he was that much weaker back at home. Ideally, you want to keep those drops alive to harass and to keep the Zerg player at home, but the drop was shut down. The army was shut down. That allowed Cham to snowball out of control. So straight up from the early game, from the builds themselves, Cham was able to shut Percival down, gain momentum, gain control, and never allowed Percival to actually play the game, or never allowed him to get into the mid game. But here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing himself and Kirktown. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. We have the Mexican Zerg representing ZvT esports. It is Cham. And welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is a very small map. Short rush distance by ground aggression is favored here on 10,000 feet as well. And we are expecting Cham to play roaches again. We're expecting to see a roach base opener, to see roaches, to see a safe start into a third base, into a fourth. Meanwhile, Percival, the pressure's on the Terran player to mix things up, to adapt, to adjust. We should not be seeing a Hellbat push. No shot. We shouldn't be seeing a Hellbat push. We should be seeing something a little bit more tame. Against roach heavy players, 1-1-1s are ideal. Getting into Banshees, into Hellion Banshee, just because Banshees are amazing harassing, but also they can shut down roach pushes as well. So 3cc 1-1-1, or even just straight up 1-1-1 would be ideal against Cham, but we'll keep an eye on Percival. The problem is that, as I mentioned in the beginning of the series, Percival, he's a very fast player, and he's very fond of drop play. He's very fond of 2-on-1s and 3cc 2-on-1s. He wants to be active, he wants to have his drops out on the map. We'll see. We shall see. For now, standard opener. Este Darky. Este Darky. But again, all those games against Special, they're paying off, back. They're paying off. Against Juanito. So Reaper does pick in. Pokes in, pulls away. Just readying the natural. And behind this we have a third CC. So 3 CC before Starport. So far, this is the same opener we had last time. Last game, of course, we had these second racks into an early stim timing. This time we'll see if we go into a faster Starport instead. And there it is, Starport. So 3cc Banshee play out of Percival. Again, I do like this a little more against a potentially more roach heavy player. From here, Tech Lab into Starport, into Atom Swap, into Banshee should be on the table. Should be on the horizon. A much safer style. Yep, there's that Tech Lab. On the way. Meanwhile, Cham just going for the forward base. Expanding towards a Percival. Still just droning, saturating. Does have 2 workers in gas. And in my mind, we're expecting that Roach Warren. But again, Cham, he can always mix it up. He can... I'm not too fond of Muta play here on 10,000 feet. So the map is too small. It feels like if you go into Muse, you can be punished quite hard. We could see straight up Link Bane. We could. Oh, that is a 412 lair. Okay, that is a very fast lair. 4-minute 12 lair here. So Cham, with this lair, we could actually, if you remember, I just spoke about how I don't really like the idea of mutas here, but this looks like potentially Spire play. Gases are being taken. We'll keep an eye on the gases here at the natural. Now, if you've been watching a lot of Korean StarCraft, players like Shin, players like Solar have been very fond of mixing in 2-base Hydra. There have been some 2-base Hydra builds, very Miyamaki-esque, that have been prominent in the meta. We can see Cham taking more gases. Hellions, they do try to sit by. Not quite able to there. Not able to. No Roach Warren, no Eva Chambers. This has to be a Spire. Or again, technically could be a Hydra Den. But I don't know if Cham is one to really play that kind of style. Again, we've seen it from the Koreans as of late, but there it is. 2-base muta. So it goes to the Spire, takes all 6 gases, rushing into the mutas. But can he get away with it? Now, one of the reasons why I wasn't really fond of the idea of going into mutas on 10,000 feet is the rush distance. The rush distance by ground is really short. So Percival, when he goes for his 7-minute move out, when he hits with Stim and 2 tanks, it's going to hit very hard. And especially on this map where you can siege up on the other side of this ravine and you can actually hit the mineral line with tanks. Like, there's a lot of ways to abuse this position. So we'll see if Cham gets away with it. Can he get away with it? Cham expanding on the right hand side. Remember, Stim is on the way, +1 is on the way. Banshees, they sit into the bases. They don't scout the lair, they don't get behind the mineral line, so the Banshees do not scout. Hellions, they poke in. A drone kill's not bad. Nice movement, but they're gonna get surrounded. And the Hellions are all cleaned up. And nice cleanup out of Cham. Banshees, they do get behind the mineral line. They scout. He sees, he confirms he's fully aware of the Spire. Big moment here for Percival. He knows. He knows, man. He knows. Now, Percival, he has to make a choice. Either he commits here with his 7-minute timing, or he throws down a bunch of turrets and he plays defensive instead. And what are we seeing? We have 1 turret here in the center. Percival, he's pushing. Okay, let's go. He's moving out, he's pushing. As we mentioned before, he can siege up here on the other side of the ravine. Or the other side of the river. Pushing further in, actually. He's pushing further in. This is quite risky here from Percival. He's within range of the gas geyser. Nice spread. Bailing speed is not yet done. Nice reposition. Yeah, they're getting within range of the mineral line. Queens are being forced out. Doesn't kill the queen. Cham getting ready to collapse in. Massing out more lings. Again, doesn't need that vision. Gets 7 drone kills so far. Nice damage here with the tanks. And you can see Percival just reinforced, just rallying across. Lore production has begun. We just attempt to move out. How many mutas do we have? 17. Okay, 17 mutas. There are turrets back at home, just a handful of them. Cham does turn back around. And Percival sure is denying mining, but he's not pushing in yet. He's not really threatening too much more. Cham setting up for the surround. Collapsing of the army. Oh! Does go for the dive, does get on top of the tanks. Both tanks will go down. And Jamie breaks out. He breaks out. Trying to collapse on the army. Bailey's they roll in. The mine shots. Oh my god. With the mines to connect. And the Thor is here, but not enough Marines, not enough fire. It looks like Chammy may have just started. He breaks through. He breaks into the mineral line. Oh no. Yeah, there's no way out of this. Massive connections. 15 SCVs go down. And Percival caught with his pants down. He was going for his own drop at the same time, trying to go for some harassment. He was caught out in the open. And Cham has done it. Cham, he has done it. Cham, he's looking to qualify for RSL, qualify for the rival StarCraft League. Again, I was concerned that Cham would be punished, and Cham has taken some losses here. He has taken some losses for sure. But again, a great surround, caught out the army, shut down the tanks, and pushed straight into the main. Straight into the main base, straight into the production. No, no, the Thor, get out of here. Thor's being forced back. And you saw that Percival, he was reinforcing with Widow mines. He just wasn't there yet. He was working on those mines. He was still trying to get across the map. Thor takes some massive shots off, but the first Thor does fall. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Cham overwhelms, and Cham, he will take the series 2-0, qualifying for RSL. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Cham as it does qualify. I do see in the chat, is it a best of 3 or best of 5? It is a best of 3. I did say this at the beginning of the series, but the players did, isn't it a best of 5? No, it is not a best of 5. The players, they did agree amongst themselves, and the admin did approve that they will play a best of 3, not a best of 5. They agreed on a shorter series, so congratulations here to Cham for qualifying for RSL Season 4. GG. GG, well played. Whew, congratulations. My condolences to Percival, but Percival, he can always stay up a little bit longer because in 2 hours, we're going to be live again with the Korean qualifier. Oh boy. With the Korean server qualifier. Remember, these are server qualifiers. So we will be back. We'll be back later on this evening. Whew, but GG, well played. Congratulations to El Chamaco. We actually do get someone from the Americas making it through and qualifying. Did make it through, did qualify. GG, well played. And again, Percival, he has another chance. He is a little bit tired though. The reason why they agreed on a shorter series is because they're both very fatigued. So Percival, he's got 2 hours, or really an hour and a half, to have a nap, to get some rest, and to get ready for another qualifier. Oh boy. That's also the downside, and that's something that I was critical of, is unfortunately all 3 qualifiers are on the same day. So we have an American server qualifier, we have a Korean server qualifier, and a European server qualifier as well, and they're all on the same day, one after the other. So if a player wanted to play in multiple qualifiers, there's no break. Like there's very little time to breathe and to have a moment to yourself and to try to collect yourself. Nah, back to back. A very intense day of StarCraft. Very intense. Cham in Korea these days? No. He's not in Korea. In Mexico, papi. In Mexico. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, good. Always happy to cover the RSL qualifiers. And when it comes to the rest of our schedule here, bam, let's have a look at the bracket itself, at the qualified players. So we had Bjorn. He made it through sort of 2-0, made it through Percival 3-1, and Bjorn did qualify for the RSL. Shin likewise was able to take down SOS, Macro Monster, and Cham to also qualify alongside him. It was a closer series. Shin and Cham went all the way to the ace match, so Bjorn and Shin do qualify for RSL, and likewise, as you can see down here, Cham qualifies over Percival 2-0. So we have Cham, Shin, and Bjorn making it through into the main event. Meanwhile, let's actually have a look at the Korean qualifier again in under 2 hours. Under 2 hours, we're going to be live with the Korean qualifier. One moment here. Let's have a look at the bracket. Let's see who signed up to get an idea of who's going to be playing. We'll get an idea. Of course, there's still, just under 2 hours left for players to sign up and to check in. But okay, who do we have here? Okay, we have Bjorn. Well, Bjorn doesn't have to play anymore, so, so Bjorn already qualified. But we had Bjorn, we have Nightmare, Creator, we have Rex, we have Sort of is living in Korea, just as a heads up. We have Trigger, true, Trigger is also in Korea. We have Roxas, we have Maru, but that's a little bit brutal. We have Maru in the qualifier. We have Gumiho as well. We have Universe. We have Rogue and Bunny. This is a stacked bracket. It's a smaller bracket so far, but boy is it stacked. Jesus. So best of luck. Best of luck to all those that are going to be competing in the Korean qualifier. Again, that is in 2 hours, or under 2 hours time. That is the Korean qualifier. And Percival, he might compete in this as well, but again, Percival, he did say he was tired, so we'll see. We'll see if he stays up. It's going to be a brutal qualifier, though. It's going to be brutal. For the Korean qualifier, just double checking here. The Korean qualifier, is it also top 3 or top 2? Top 3. Okay. So just like this one, it's top 3. So there is a bronze match as well. There's a bronze match for the qualifier. Can Bjorn still play just for funsies? No. Why would you want a player that could like potentially disrupt a qualifying bracket where he can't qualify? So nah. He will be removed. But yeah, coming into this qualifier, looking just briefly at the brackets, obviously Maru is favored. I feel like a sleeper pick here for me is Trigger. Trigger has been looking amazing as of late, and I would say the Trigger is a big contender to qualify, depending on the bracket. If Trigger and Maru, if they end up on the same side of the bracket, that is going to be brutal, bearing in mind that this bracket is subject to change because it is not seeded. So do not look at this and be like, oh, is this what the bracket's going to look like? No. We're going to be seeding it, and the players are going to be moved around based on, I believe previous RSL performances. Rogue has potential. Again, it kind of like, I feel like whoever is stuck on Maru's side, like they're done. But the other half of the bracket is a little bit more open to interpretation, and I'm gonna lean towards Trigger, but again, it depends on how the bracket does unfold. So we'll see in a couple of hours. We shall see. Otherwise, as you can see here, when it comes to our schedule, bam, we are here on Saturday. You can see us, bam, there on Saturday. We just wrapped up with our first RSL qualifier. We have the Korean qualifier again in an hour and 40 minutes. Tomorrow we're going to be live with Home Story Cup, a Group C replay cast, and tomorrow we're going to be live with the Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. 2 casts a day here over the weekend. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of content, a lot to get into. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple of hours with the Korean qualifier. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow with some Home Story Cup replay coverage. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Do consider supporting RSL. I think we have a command in the chat, !RSL. There it is. The RSL does have a Patreon, so you can help support the players and support the tournament and support the scene via the RSL Patreon. Again, this is going to be the first of many seasons leading into an offline finals at the end of the year, of course. And we will be covering the qualifiers. We will be covering the playoffs of RSL. We most likely will not be covering the group stage. Just like last season, we won't cover the group stage of RSL. That'll be covered by, of course, Tasteless and State and Ziggy and Gemini, and maybe Sort of, and some of the other guest casters that they do bring on. When it comes to the playoffs, we'll most likely be co-streaming. We'll co-stream the playoffs here on the channel. I'm surprised Cure isn't playing. Cure, let's have a look here. Is he already seeded? Let's have a look. I would agree that Cure should be there. Cure, Cure, he's not invited into the main event. We are missing Cure. True. Are we missing anyone else? Actually, let's have a look together very quickly. Are we missing any signups here? Percival, of course, but Percival, he might be tired. He might be too tired to play. But we're missing Percival, we're missing Cure. Ryang. The thing with Ryang, it was announced that he's going to be the official Korean caster, so for RSL. So he's going to be casting over on Soup. So I would say that Ryang is missing, but we know that Ryang is the official Korean caster for this event. So that's where Ryang is. Who else is missing? There's Gumiho. Oh, true. Solar. Am I blind? Yeah, Solar's missing, right? That's a big one. I would say that Solar's the best Zerg player in Korea right now. Solar's not invited, so we're missing. Yes, Solar should be signing up for this. Missing TYR Kappa. Yeah. Solar should be playing in this qualifier. It's gonna be a big miss if he it's gonna be brutal if he doesn't compete in this, or if he's not available. So yeah, Sola's missing. Let's see. I think that's it. So Cure, Percival, Solar. Those are the 3 players that come to mind. Obviously, there's like amateur players. So there's like Honmono or Jinio or 3 Points or some of the other. Lunacy. But when it comes to like the top players, though, those are the 3 that come to mind. So hopefully they sign up. Again, there's still time for them to sign up and for them to show up, but hopefully they do. Hopefully. Would be a shame if Solar didn't compete, just because there's not much Zerg representation to begin with, so it would be nice to get some more Zerg players in there. Still time, yeah. Shin, he qualified in this cast. in this very cast, he qualified. I recommend the VODs. Shin, he competed, and he played against Cham. He had a crazy series against Cham. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Again, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments, and likewise, if, for example, you maybe missed out on the beginning of the cast, maybe you missed out on the beginning, if you want to watch the VODs, !YouTube or socials in the chat, you can see here in the chat a link to our Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, and Blue Sky, all things CranKy Ducklings. So check out the VODs on YouTube. They're uploaded on a daily basis. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. It's 5:30 p.m. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I'm gonna go freshen up and get ready, because we're gonna be live in an hour and a half. So I don't have much time. I gotta go get ready. But thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with the Korean server qualifier. See you soon.